Chrono Trigger, originally released in March of 1995. Originally for the Super Nintendo, it has been ported to a number of other platforms over the years. Currently, it is available on Steam and on cell phones. The Steam release retails for $14.99, where the cell phone release is only $9.99. All footage used in this review is from the Steam version. As you might guess from the Chrono in the title, this is a game about time travel. You start as a silent protagonist named Chrono. You go to a fair to support your nerdy platonic friend, only to meet a girl, have some fun, and then she mysteriously vanishes. It turns out she traveled in time. So you follow her back 400 years and have to save her. You also find out that she's royalty. And despite the fact you saved her, you actually end up getting put on trial and sentenced to death. But it's alright, because even more time travel shenanigans save you from this situation. And that's really when the story actually starts proper. As at this point, your characters go to the future and find the world in ruins. Investigating this, they find out an apocalyptic event took place, and they decide to take it upon themselves to prevent the apocalypse. The apocalypse in this case being caused by a giant alien bursting out of the ground. So, totally something that 3 teenagers could feasibly handle. So they end up doing quite a bit of time traveling, though you have access to far fewer time periods than you might expect. But by the end you will have recruited a cave woman from early prehistory, a humanoid robot from the future, a frogman, and you have the option of recruiting one other character. Your party can only have 3 of your characters in it at a time, and it is not just an aesthetic difference, as all characters have double attacks that they can do with other characters. So having the right attacks, by having the right characters in your party, is very important, and can be the difference between having a very easy time with a boss fight, or struggling with a boss fight. And later on in the game, there are even triple attacks done with the whole party. They usually require a certain item to be equipped in order to do them. After beating the game, you then have the option to do New Game Plus. And this is the game where that term actually comes from. Here, New Game Plus is used to great effect, as there are a total of 15 endings to Chrono Trigger, most of which are unlocked through New Game Plus. But outside of just beating the game and seeing its mini endings, there is a lot of optional content to go through, most of which involve more time travel shenanigans. And time travel is actually my only real issue with this game. And not in terms of gameplay. My issue with the time travel as it's presented here is the rules are very inconsistent. As the first thing you deal with time travel is actually a grandfather paradox, wherein the death of an ancestor would lead to a person not existing. But then you go through a whole game with other similar situations, and at no point is this brought up again or treated as an issue. But I suspect this issue may have been caused by the limitations of the hardware at the time. After all, this started life as a Super Nintendo game. So, is Chrono Trigger worth your time and money? Yes, it absolutely is. It's only $15 on Steam, or $10 on your cell phone. It is often argued to be the best JRPG on the Super Nintendo. And when it first released, back in 1995, it actually cost $80 US. I know, because I paid for it back then. And another $40 on the PlayStation 1, and yet another $40 on the DS. Your first run-through of this game will take you about 22 hours. You can easily get another 20 hours out of it looking for the other endings, and probably another 20 if you wanted to go through the game and do all of the optional content. So $15 is an absolute steal of a price. for Chrono Trigger. I am just hoping we get a modern console release. Please do like, comment, subscribe, and tell your friends.